we are live at Suzuka, as it turns out.
It's not to Brazil, but
No, it's quite clearly not Brazil, but whatever. And let's get straight into the interviews. Matty, unfortunate to crash out towards the end of the last Grand Prix. Obviously, we know what happened, but anything you want to elaborate on, seeing as we couldn't interview you later after the race?
No, not really. I don't really want to talk about it.
He's doing Jose Mourinho. I have nothing to say. Nothing to say. Nothing to say.
Right, but
I'll take it up with the team with later matter.
But we're at Japan now. If I remember correctly, it's a quite strong circuit for you. And it should be a pretty good circuit for the McLarens. So what are you hoping you can do ahead of qualifying?
It's not one of my favourite tracks. I know I've done well at the past, but judging by practice, I will be lucky to get to Q2.
Ooh.
So yeah, Q2 is the aim, really.
Okay. Right. Moving on. Thank you very much, Matty. Wish you all the luck for the Grand Prix and qualifying, of course. Right, Q. Quite a good result for you last time out. We'll say due to the rain, but obviously it was quite a good strategy during the race. Quite a few good overtakes, especially on the likes of Pierre Gasly and stuff like that. So, what are you looking to do ahead of qualifying?
Well, this is Japan. It's the land of Honda. It's going to be a good race. There's a lot of fans here already, all packing in. Sadly, we haven't got a Honda power unit in our car, so all the fans are booing us. But no, we think it's going to be a good race. We haven't done too much practice or testing around here, but this is one of my favourite tracks. And the last race was a fantastic result for the team, and we're positive. We are positive.
Yep, well, thank you for that. There was some great avoiding of the actual question there, I will say. Where do you think you will come in qualifying? Are you aiming for Q3 maybe? Q2?
Well, judging from Russia, we're just hoping to be P16. We're hoping to be best of the rest in our category of racing. But Q2, that'll be a very strong result for us. But Q3, we don't think is possible today.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Now we move on to the Renault driver, May. Fantastic result last time out, coming home in P4, even with the penalty. Got to be happy with that result, and are you hoping to replicate it this week?
Well, Renault has a strong chassis, and this track's more about cornering, so I think we do well. Hoping to get into qualifying session 3, and I still think I was robbed of my podium, but thanks to Alonso spinning me out. But apart from that, yeah, it was a good race yesterday, and I think getting back into the groove of the car now, and hoping for the best here to get into at least P7 or above.
Yeah, well, that would be a good result. Obviously, at the last time out, I believe you were P9 on the grid. So, still able to fight through the field. And I guess you'll be hoping for some more of that in the race. And maybe a bit of rain, a safety car maybe.
Yeah, seemed to work well in the rain yesterday. And managed to even pull away from the Red Bull.
Yeah.
So, rain seems to do actually really good for us as a team. And apart from Hulk, my teammate, who's on a very strange strategy and decided not to go into intermediates or wets when it was pouring down with rain.
Yeah.
So he lost loads of places, but bringing it on P4 kind of counteracted that.
Yeah, obviously a fantastic result for the actual team. And yeah, but basically, let's head into qualifying, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Just I'm going to fire a question at the McLaren driver, Matty. How's Fernando after that?
After what?
Alonso crashed as well.
Well, and then he
Um,
had to deal with me because he destroyed me.
yeah, we'll get our revenge.
Oh.
Oh!
That's all I'm saying.
I haven't forgiven you for Stroll, by the way, at Singapore. I haven't forgot that yet.
Wait, who was that him to? Matty or me?
Latin.
Oh,
That was, yeah, Matty.
You took me out.
Do you want to behave yourself? Oh, dear!
Oh god.
what?
Oh, yes!
What?
Oh,
It's
God.
gonna be a fucking wet race, apparently.
Oh, Matty,
Dude.
Matty.
Yes.
Don't worry
He
about it.
says.
It's allowed.
Okay, alright, cheers.
Changed
Wait,
it.
what's allowed?
Because I might as well turn my PlayStation off.
I think it is anyway. I'm pretty sure I
Yeah, it's
changed
fine.
it last night, so
It's
it should
fine.
be
Alright,
allowed.
mate. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh dear, yeah, I just raced. Oh, goodness.
What, is it a full
no.
wet race?
Yeah, and heavy rain as
dear.
well.
Oh dear.
This is interesting. Good luck, the
What
boys.
tyres are they here? Is it ultra soft here? Or is it super?
Six.
Super's okay.
Oh, I can go upstairs.
Can I go upstairs?
That's where you should be. You're in the commentators.
Normally Wednesdays my racing. Yeah, okay.
What's going on here? Why can't I change camera? Oh, there we go. As we ride on board with the Williams here on his outlap.
I still keep getting confused at this track thinking there's a DRS straight where the 130, before 130 are like they used to be.
I keep thinking that. There should be a fucking DRS zone there.
It was and then
There
took
is
it out, I don't know
nowadays.
why.
And I think this year there's going to be 2.
No, it got removed.
No, this year, I mean, 2019, I'm pretty sure there's going to be
Oh,
one.
wow.
So what
My
is
car
the
seems like
AI
the
on?
engine issues. One
What,
ten.
what was that, Matty?
What is the AI on?
107.
Right.
Right. May, you disappeared after we before we discussed it, but yeah, I've done the
Yeah, I'm fine
testing,
with that.
and it'll be changing every race pretty much
Yeah, that's fine.
to keep it balanced. Matty, you're on the grass there.
Yeah, because obviously that was ridiculous. Singapore, how quick they were compared to us.
Yeah, Singapore was OP.
Well, at least we know it for the new game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do testing and then...
Matty touching
This
the
championship's
grass.
pretty much dead.
Oh dear. Yeah, in my testing, this should be the correct difficulty.
Yeah, one for mine.
Right, what was yours on?
105,
And that put you...
P15.
Ah. Well, my testing on 107, I was P12, and I thought that was pretty good. Thought that was a
So
reasonable
don't forget you're
difficulty.
probably better at this track than I am.
Well, I suppose it's different for every driver, though.
Yeah, it's not really my favourite track.
As we ride on board with the Renault, car number 15.
Oh god.
Don't do a caveat.
Oh god, I'm miles off the pace already.
As Q goes currently P9. Last of the actual time set, but not far off Pierre Gasly, has to be said. And Matty a little bit off Q. as we're now back on board with the Renault. Let's see what happens at the final chicane. Will he jump it like a madman? No, he does that pretty well, to be fair.
I get much better traction when I don't do it, so I just left it.
And May goes up to P4, good lap. Wow, he's a second faster than Q. Good lap.
I've tried
Matty, watch behind you.
I've really low down the pipe.
Oh, sorry, Matty, I thought it was on a quick lap. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of cars together. As we ride on board with Kimi Räikkönen, there is a lot of traffic around this track, it would seem. Don't know why that's the case.
Well, everyone just came out as soon as the qualifying started. So.
And Q goes 37,000 slower than his previous lap. So it's consistent at least, Q.
Consistently shite. Box. Okay, fuel's gonna be tight.
There's a yellow in sector 2.
Oh, just me going slow.
Yeah. There's Daniel Ricciardo. About to set a flying lap. Let's see where he can go.
I see a Honda behind me.
Well, Daniel Ricciardo is nowhere. He goes last with a 32.4.
He's probably in all that traffic, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is. There's quite a lot of cars in that traffic. Hulkenberg does a 31.1 because he's stuck behind cars. Sebastian Vettel still staying out for another lap, it would seem. And he's 7/10 off his previous best. Another yellow in sector 2, what's that? I believe it's just Q going slowly.
I'm trying to stay fuel. I'm impressed with that fuel.
As we watch Valtteri Bottas get a toll from Daniel Ricciardo here. That's the last thing the Mercs need here, really.
I'm 40. I'm nearly 1.5 seconds off Vettel.
Ricciardo's going very slowly. There's a lot of cars. There might be contact here. Perez goes up the inside at 130R. I believe. Yeah, Ricciardo's got front wing damage. So he's just cost people quite a lot of time there.
That Hatter's on at my team. That's not nice.
Let's have a look at the incidents. There's no incidents for Ricciardo, even though he has got a broken front wing. Nico Hulkenberg being held up, it would seem, by Kevin Magnussen.
Raikkonen's being held up by Ricciardo.
There's a lot of cars getting held up, actually. Yeah, look at this. You just see the time that Ricciardo is losing with that broken front wing. Don't know why he hasn't just boxed and fit a new wing on. As Kimi Räikkönen sets the exact same lap time as Legend Matty. Oh no, I believe that was Matty actually improving, my bad. You know, 1 minute 30.707 for both of them.
Raikkonen's finally passed Ricciardo.
Marcus Ericsson goes into P13. Good lap from him there. And in fact, now everyone has set a lap time. There's quite a few cars low down where they shouldn't be though, due to all the traffic. Are you in an in lap, Matty?
Yeah.
Alright.
Ooh. Really disappointed.
As we ride on board with Q, I'll be back in 10 seconds, lads.
Don't act like a cock. Don't act like a cock.
I've got shoes for sense. Oh, well done, Q. You got 15th in the speed trap.
Is that fucking it?
I'm doing 94.
What was that?
Well,
I'm not
Martin's
15th in the speed trap. Are you having a
you are.
bubble?
Martin's 18th in the speed trap with 191.
What the fuck, Williams? Yeah, I'm glad no one's talked about contracts in the interview. I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. Yes, Mercedes.
Q, that really won't help you through Sector 1.
Yes, Will. Exactly, look at that. What a tactic, Jeff. Jeff would have been proud of that.
No, he won't.
It would have. That was fucking brilliant. Battering.
As Q just... What's that? A third of a tenth slower than Matty. Obviously, Q just needs to find 2 tenths and that would put him out of the drop zone.
I've only gone down one position. I thought I'd gone down more than that.
Well, yeah, but Ricardo and Raikkonen
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
hadn't set laps. Proper ones, anyway.
Don't ruin that moment.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Wait, is this the first time you've been quicker than your teammate all season?
No. It's probably one of the few though. Monza would have been quicker, but I crashed out. But I was quicker there. I don't know what else I was quicker.
I don't think it's particularly hard to be quicker than your teammate at Spa in this game.
No.
As we ride on board with Q, that was a good final chicane. And he improves, he goes up to P10, 1 minute 30.1.
Fucking hell.
A good improvement there from the Williams.
There you go.
There's a yellow in sector 1, that will be Q going slowly.
Fucking hell. Ay, 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 ay.
Wait, Martin's 18th for 191, so that obviously probably means I'm going to go 1 mile flat. I don't want to know what speed I did.
Were you making up for it in the rest of the track, mate?
Yeah. Because I have put a lot of downforce in. 'Cause I want that slower for the race. So that was probably raining so much.
Why is no one fucking talking?
Because we're all watching Matty improve, hopefully.
I'll drink to that.
Bloody hell, Hamilton's first in the speed trap with 202 miles an hour. Even forgot a toe.
What are you guys doing? 190?
I'm not lost in the speed trap. It's both McLarens who are last. 291. 17th then.
Matty goes up to P16. It's not a massive improvement for the McLaren driver.
We won't have time soon with that, will we? Unless he stays out on these times.
Well, how long was there? 4 minutes?
3 minutes.
You'd have to push like a bastard.
I don't know. I think he should have time.
If he stays out on these tyres, then yeah, he will.
Oh yeah.
It depends how much fuel he's got. Yeah, he's got enough fuel. It has 2 points in it, I think.
How can you see how much fuel he's got? Are you
On
looking
the
at the
wheel.
steering wheel?
Yeah.
Steering wheel, of course, not always the most accurate thing in this game. Kimi Raikkonen still struggling for some reason. Also Daniel Ricciardo. They have just come out of the pits, I suppose. But they're going to be getting held up by a Williams.
Grosjean's gone past me by 100th of a second. Damn him. It's sector 3 where he went better. Oh, he's in 3.
The yellow flag in sector 2. I'm not sure what that was for. It's Nico Hulkenberg. He's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Lewis Hamilton.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
Reynolds just had complete bad luck with either drivers. Well, I wonder how many crashes are going to be here. I'm probably going to crash out if it's raining.
Don't want to distract him. Because it is close at the moment. Two tenths, I believe. It's a good final corner there from Matty. Let's see where he goes. He was 2 tenths up.
Look, he's down.
And oh, he goes up to P14. You have to think though that Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo surely will be able to beat that time, so it could be very close.
Raikkonen's being held up low by a Force India. But then again, that Force India's still a problem. And I think the car's being held up by a finger.
Oh,
The car's being held up by Stroll.
Kimi Raikkonen has gone up to 3rd, so he has definitely improved.
I went down to P11, so that I don't know. I've gone down to P11. That's probably quite bad for you two.
I would have thought that Matty is out then.
Yeah. Both you are out.
Both out.
Wow.
That's not what I expected. I thought Q was safe.
I would have.
Yeah, so Q and Matty out in Q1. Of course, though, I think a very similar story as to last time out. May looking very close for that Q3 position, maybe.
I was going to say I want to get P11 if not, but then I realise it's going to be raining in the race anyway, so it makes no difference.
Yeah,
I
it don't matter what tyre you start on. So you may as well just go on the super. Well done, May, on making it through.
Thank you.
Well done, you cunt. But Matty, hello, championship rival. There's only one
Well, I
thing to
can't see
do.
us scoring points from GTSD, so
Well, your thing is on, Matty, so...
yeah, that won't help.
That won't help.
I've seen the AI in this race. First fucking turn.
Oh, thank you for letting me out for that. That's so nice of you. That's it.
There's only one thing to do at this time, and that's to go on your PS2 and play Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2000. Because we can't have it on loud for copyright reasons. I'm guessing unless if you want to hear some quite funny golf fucking
No.
punditry. There you go. Vince has the best commentators. In your heart on Sky Sports F1. Okay, I need sound.
And... Should we do your 2 interviews now?
Well, you can't really do it when May's going to be
If
doing
you're
a
doing
lap.
it, then mute me. 'Cause I don't want to.
No, that's what I mean. After May's done his lap, we can do your 2 interviews.
Oh.
Well, and give us time to get out of the fucking car at least.
Well, exactly.
We need time to relax. Fuck. Well, we can't take an interview, or at least I can't.
There's like
Matthew
20
might be
minutes
able
between Q1 and Q2, you know.
to. Congratulations.
May has a Ferrari up his ass.
I know. He's gonna try. Oh my god, he is as well.
The Ferrari's on the soft tyre as well. It was side by side in qualifying.
Oh, you.
And May's
douche.
crashed. May's hit the wall.
Yeah.
May's car.
I've got red front wings, so.
Yeah. May's car taking a big impact there, but he's not out of the qualifying session thus far. Should be okay to continue. I can do your interviews now, Q, if you want.
Yeah, you might as well. Oh dear.
We'll do Matty
I'm tempted
first.
to get a quick bath quickly.
Oh. Can we do your interview before you go?
You're
Yeah,
having a bath right now.
Right.
I'll have a quick one, like you did.
Alright then.
Right. Matty.
I'll put £5 on it.
Matty, you seem to struggle today in the qualifying session. Obviously, we thought possible Q2 for the McLaren, as your teammate Fernando Alonso has made it through. So was it just the case that you couldn't nail a lap together, or what went wrong?
Yeah, just no confidence in the car really. Turning in, didn't feel good. I don't expect it to be any better for the race really.
Yeah, well, apparently quite a lot of rain scheduled for the race, and you say the car didn't feel good. What, can you elaborate on that?
Just didn't feel fast, top speed, corners. Didn't feel like I could go fast really.
Right,
So-
okay. Well, obviously you gotta look on the positives. Full wet race tomorrow, so maybe you'll be able to pick up a few positions in the rain.
I'll give it my best.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and best of luck for the Grand Prix.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Right, we've heard from one of
How's he got
the.
into Q2? Wow.
Wait, who got in? Oh, Gasly. Yes!
Gasly.
Landa Honda. Q. Q.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here.
I'm concentrating playing golf. I'm just
Okay.
up in the Williams Energy Centre here, based in Suzuka.
Right. The Williams, obviously we expected the Williams to struggle at this circuit with the amount of downforce needed, really. It was actually quite close though. You very nearly made it through into Q2, and surely you've got to be happy with the result. beating your teammate?
It's a positive. It's a positive way to start the weekend. You know, P16 is where I want it to be. Great stuff from the team. You know, I think the car. This is definitely the most competitive this car has felt here at this track. It just kept getting loose on me at Degner 1 and Degner 2.
Yeah.
But no, great stuff from qualifying. Hopefully we can try and build on it on the race.
Well, of course, it will be a wet race if the forecasts are to be believed. So, does that instill you with confidence, or does that make you a little bit more wary heading into the Grand Prix?
I'd say it gives me a little bit of confidence. You know, I like to think I'm a better wet driver rather than dry racer. So I'm looking forward to this Grand Prix. You know, it's going to be a lot of action from a lot of the big guys. Whether there's going to be a lot of retirements or safety car, we don't know. But it's going to be an interesting race on strategy, 100%.
Yeah. So will you be hoping that the car has more pace in the race, or will you just be hoping a few drivers ahead make some mistakes, maybe?
I think we're just going to try and play it safe. You know, I don't plan on having any big wheel-to-wheel action. You know I'm going to be in a race potentially on my own. But I think as long as we keep the car out of trouble, I think we'll be on to a winner.
Yeah, well, best of luck for the Grand Prix. Obviously, we hope to see some great action on track, and yeah, good luck to you, and good luck to Matty as well.
Thank you.
As we now ride back on board with me, and Daniel Ricciardo, he seems to have binned it somewhere. Let's have a look at the race director. Yep, he has terminal damage. I'm not sure as to what's gone on. Perhaps we can ride on board with me and catch a glimpse of Daniel Ricciardo. There's no waved yellows or anything, so I may won't have to slow down. Yeah, but Daniel Ricciardo is out. Now, of course... Yeah, he has. I was going to say, of course, if no one can beat Ricciardo's time, he will still be through into Q3. Whether or not they can get that car fixed, that is a big question. May braking a little early there through the final chicane.
Yeah.
Oh, he's nearly on the grass.
That was a fast lap.
Not a brilliant lap. Over a second off what he did in Q1.
Yeah. Really messed up.
Yeah, the Renault driver will be disappointed with that lap, I would have thought.
We'll change tyres, let's go back out for one last go and then
Very interesting qualifying session so far, though. Of course, we know the Renault of Nico Hulkenberg has a 5-place grid penalty, although he is currently in a lofty height of P3. Very impressive drive there from the Renault driver. As we ride on board with me, he's the only car on track at the moment. Q, what are you doing?
Playing golf.
Why are you playing golf?
So I've got nothing to do.
Oh, you should have been a bit quicker in Q1 then.
Give me a better car.
No.
Exactly.
You don't need a better car, you're already leading the championship.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What's he done?
No, it's a tough birdie putt.
Oh, God.
Bit roughly
I'm
run.
gonna wait for the other folk first. So I don't get held up.
Yeah, they're all just starting to come out now. We ran on board with Kimi Raikkonen. He is currently fastest by 0.8 of a second, so I'm unsure as to why he's going back out. He's nearly 2 seconds faster than his teammate. Sebastian
Ooh,
Vettel is
how-
on the soft tyre.
Ricardo's P10, Hamilton P11, Verstappen P15, so...
Yeah, Ricardo's out though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Ricardo's no doubt gonna get out.
Yeah, I would have thought that means Ricardo's out, yeah.
Good run out. Yeah.
Nico Hulkenberg up in P3, obviously not feeling too comfortable. He's coming back out. In fact, that was a very strange line that he just took through that turn.
Yeah, we're on out lap, aren't we?
Yeah,
Oh!
but like, didn't even stop.
Some of my rear wing is broken, that right line going a bit slower. So I'm listening to the streaks on it.
Tomei, of course, with an apparent DRS failure, it would seem.
No, my DRS is fine, it's the side bits on the wing, some of them are like snapped.
Eh?
If you look at my rear wing,
What are you
like,
fucking talking about?
They
like,
can't
hold
break,
up
can
the
they?
arms, yeah. But if you look at them, some of them are snapped. Because if you, one side's different to the other, it's snapped.
Eh?
Like the thing holding up the arms for the wing.
I'm not interested. Is what you should be saying in this game.
I'm not seeing what he's talking about. I could be blind, but I think he's making this up.
Just send you a photo after.
I'm unsure as to
Definitely
what.
down, it's missing all the stuff. Oh crap. I'm trying to photo it. Oh crap, I sent that in the video.
Passed.
Oh wait. Yeah, I think he is actually telling the truth there. Hang on. Yeah, the one on the
If you look
right
on the
hand
left of
side
the
does have
special-
damage.
Yeah.
That is not something I've seen before. How have you done that? I've never seen that before.
Because that's spun into the wall, you know. I've only seen it on this car though, I've never seen it on any other car.
I've never seen that before.
A few times with this car.
That's a tree.
Ladies and gentlemen, Q is not having a wank, he is playing golf.
I don't think a penis or a dildo or anything related down to the gentleman's region sounds like this.
I mean, it depends on how fast he's going, but
I can go 3 times as fast if you really, really want me to.
I can go 4 times the speed of sound. Especially with my Honda Power Unit. As we round on board with May. Is he going to be able to improve and get himself out of the drop zone? Oh, I think he does.
P7.
He goes up to P7. A fantastic lap there from the Renault driver. That was a strange noise.
I know.
That was mixed with someone having a wank and someone actually having a crisis.
See,
You
it's just
can't tell
so
the difference.
it's just so you have more time to do nothing.
So with
Well, I mean,
one
I'm
less
almost
car,
halfway through.
with one less
Oh,
car in
it's only P,
Q3,
yeah, what's a, can only have P9 now.
yeah, so it's a
You take
guaranteed
your
Wait.
P9 there for me. But
Ricardo was 10th when I was behind him, so how's he managed to go to P10 when I was behind him and he's P10 then?
because his lap was still faster than P6.
No, because he was in P10 when I was in P15, so obviously if I've gone up to P7, you've
Well, yeah,
gone down
but
to P11.
no, he doesn't get shoved down though, does he? Because his lap
Oh yeah,
time's still quicker.
yeah. No.
So with
I
a
thought
few
his
cars
lap
there
time's
running
actually
the soft tyre, it seems like best of the rest would be between the two Renaults actually. So a good showing from the Renault team here today. Obviously we're yet to see if they can repeat it in the race.
Oh god.
Hashtag don't bottle it again, mate. As we now head into the final qualifying session of the day.
I need to do a good lap because I've only got one set of tyres.
I would say do it sooner rather than later, but Matty's not back yet, so I guess there's no rush.
Going out now anyway. No one's going to do one lap on the tyre, but...
Back, mate. I am.
Oh, Matty is back. May possibly do one lap and retire if you've only got one set
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm
tyres.
going to do.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to do more laps because I'm on a new set of tyres anyway, so I'll hardly any chance. Let's make a big cock up. Oh!
He's already dropped it, I don't know.
I clicked the curb.
May, there's
It's
quite
the
a lot
actual-
of cars coming, I would
Yeah.
stay put.
Tell me when we...
You should be good now. Obviously the
I'm
Renault,
so glad it didn't damage the wing.
the Renault on cold tyres seeming to struggle a little bit. Did he touch the curb?
It's the
Possibly.
inside curb, that's always one that DNF, it wasn't the outside, that's the inside one.
Inside
It just
curb.
lifts me up and end up going to a huge spin. I'm just gonna let the folks see you now.
Q, that definitely sounds wrong.
Really annoying.
Okay.
Fucking shot.
Q's climaxed as it turns out.
That's why it was like this. It's like doing Morse code.
It was gradually getting faster and faster and faster until it stopped all of a sudden. Much like May's Renault, as it turns out. So May, best of luck.
You?
Fuck you, you cunt. I mean, well, good luck.
Hmm.
I wished him luck. I called him a cunt. I win.
The Renault not looking particularly quick through Sector 1, it has to be said.
Mm.
Of course, looks can be deceiving though.
I did cock up a bit the first corner, but I went a bit wide, but wasn't that bad.
That's an astonishing lap time by Sebastian Vettel. In fact, all the top 4 in the 127s there.
Fucking hell.
That seems legit.
Yeah.
It seems legit.
Max Verstappen is a second off it as well.
Wow.
But Hulkenberg with the 29.0, he's matched his personal best. Let's see what May can do. And it's a 29.5 from May, so half a second slower than his teammate. Just 2/10 off what he did in the previous session.
Yeah, it's this corner. That was another lap. And Jeff said, I'm in the top 10, keep it up. Like, I was on, like, can't get out of the top 10. It's a special, man.
So, does May drop to P9? I would have thought so. Oh no, he's P8.
It's exactly how it ended up in Russia, for it's a forcing Renault.
Yeah. So, fantastic job, everyone.
While you do your interviews, I'm gonna get a drink.
I already did the interviews for them, you mug.
Oh.
I need to do yours.
I'll do yours.
Go get your drink and we'll do
I'll
the
get
interview before the race.
That one sec.
Well, that don't tell me it's finished. I've got like 8 holes to go.
Yeah, it's finished, Q. Mm-hmm. Dom, ready up, please, lads.
I need to have a look at the strategy. I'm still playing golf.
Doing.
Remember, we're starting on the wet tyres, so be careful on
looking
the
how
approach
many
to turn
down.
1.
Yeah, heavy
Track
rain
conditions
for the
are
entire race, apparently, says Jeff. Q, would you like to play the game now instead of golf, please?
It's paused-ish. Kind of. Yep, there we go. HDMI 2. Right. Headset properly on. Oh my lord, it's a monsoon.
Don't ready up, please, lads.
Them down there. Can I have a setup?
What, set up from me? I don't have setups.
Well, a setup for Williams, preferably.
I don't have setups for wet, to be honest. I just use the dry setup and change the diff. As May is getting apparently the largest drink ever seen.
I'm expecting a...
Right, I'm expecting to have at least 6 gallons worth of liquid.
Pretty much.
Although May is a very weak individual.
This is apparently going to be almost an hour.
Yeah. So you guys need to get your foot down.
Well, not really. You could do a Sunday cruise.
Well, I mean, it's a Tuesday.
This is why we F1 drivers need to be fit, apparently.
This is not going to be enjoyable.
You never know, Matty. It might be the best Grand Prix of your life.
All I'm going to say, Matty... Oh, wait, you're on the outside of me. Yeah, you can't dive bomb me, that's fine.
I will say be very careful into turn 1. Especially
even
with
in
the
a-
AI.
Even in a dry practice start I've done, first turn,
I'm back.
the AI you just
As
got
soon
to
as he
watch
says
out.
that, I need a fucking piss, but I'm going to hold it for
You
Well,
might as
no.
well forgot the interview, don't I?
Q, go. I'll interview me.
Top man!
Oh god, it's raining.
You don't say. Right. May. Starting P7. Because of Nico Hulkenberg's grid penalty.
Oh yeah.
So you were actually out qualified by your teammate at the end of Q3, but as you've been promoted due to his penalty, you got to be happy with where you're starting. Where are you hoping you can come at the end of the race?
Well, I'm just hoping to either keep my position or maybe improve. Obviously, the top six. I mean, top five are going to. They're going to be in a league of their own. And Ricardo will probably pass me, but I think I'll be able to get the Force India. So P7 is where I'm hoping to get, which is what I said before the qualifying there. I'm starting in P7, and hopefully I can just keep this position.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. Of course, it is a full wet Grand Prix, and I'm guessing the strategy will just be a one-stop to the end on the full wets. There may be a chance of a safety car with this many cars out on track and this conditions. So, will you be hoping for a safety car, or would you be hoping against one?
I'll be hoping against one because I can do a one-stop strategy, and all the only thing that I can do mainly because this car, I've set this car up to be more in the wet, is probably why my teammate was quicker. So I'm just hoping to try and pull away. So if I do make any mistakes, I have that room forever.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's going to be a difficult Grand Prix for all the drivers today. So I wish you all the best of luck, and let's get this going. Matty, May.
Yeah, no, I was taking out loads of fuel because I actually don't
I didn't know
want
if he
fuel.
was back.
Nah, sorry.
Yeah, I
Good
heard
luck, the
you
boys.
come back. Oh, and the Honda's engine's gone already.
God.
Oh, there's a few touches going on, it would seem.
This spray, I cannot see anything.
There's a few cars all over the place. Looks like Q trying the inside of a few cars. Oh, it's very hectic. Charles Leclerc going side by side with Q. It all seems pretty clean so far from the drivers. May's managed to get past one of the Force Indias as well. So
He had a terrible
there.
start, so I managed to jump in on the start.
Q's had a good start. He's gained 2 positions. Matty, of course, probably just taking it cautiously off turn 1. Lost a little bit of time, but so has anyone got any damage? Are we all clean?
All clean.
Clean.
Good.
That's good. Matty with a fantastic move there down the inside of Lance
God.
Stroll. Oh, he's been touched though.
He pushed me off the track now.
Yeah, that was Ericsson, I believe. Are we still clean, Matty? Still good?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Renault up ahead going very sideways. And it's Nico Hulkenberg, actually. I thought it would have been May.
So say what's not me this time.
Okay.
Sergio Perez really holding up this train as we notice Q running over a bollard in the background.
Yeah, I braked myself. That could have been a dive bomb on Magnussen, but that would have been legit as fuck.
Okay. As we watch Q here, thinking about a move to the inside, he's actually compromised his own line there, and Charles Leclerc's got on the back of him. Let's have a look a little further behind. Matty seeming to keep with the field, so that's good. As there's a Force India really costing a lot of cars time. It's Perez, and he has actually got front wing damage. So that's why Sergio Perez is holding up a bit of a train. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo will be itching to get past him.
I just wanted to hold Ricardo so much. I'm getting away from the Ocon a bit, but the Stafford and all that are just getting away from me. Although not as much as I
brakes
thought.
very late and gains a lot of time into that turn. It was a good
Just
braking
can't see
zone.
anything.
Yeah, it is
Ooh,
very
I went a
hard
bit
to
sideways
see.
then.
Oh, Matty, did you enable your thingy, by the way?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
still struggling with it. It's making me look different.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but
As we watch Daniel Ricciardo, he's looking at the inside of Perez at 130R in the wet. Okay. He has to back out of that. There's no way he can go for a move in the wet there. Right on board with Q. Oh, touching the curb there. Compromises his exit a little bit. Oh, he nearly goes into the wall, it seems.
So fucking loose.
Q seems to gain a lot of time through turns 1 and 2 though. So that's good. Matty really seeming to struggle in these conditions. So, the biggest gainer so far is Q. He's gone up 2 positions. And the biggest loser so far is actually Sergio Perez, who's gone down 2 positions off the line. Top 5 are as they started, it has to be said. Bit of a boring Grand Prix so far from then. Sebastian Vettel seeming to break away from Lewis Hamilton. Round on board with May. He's pulled a nice gap to Esteban Ocon, but he's
Oh, there it is.
Sideways.
he's in a bit of no man's
Al
land.
Magnussen.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, I'm watching. It's quite a lot
Yeah,
of
he
cars
just-
here.
Yeah, he just went straight into the side of me out of a right-hander who I don't understand. He almost fucking wrecked us both, the fucking idiot.
Okay.
He was that Magnussen, wasn't he?
Unacceptable.
Magnussen's got a good run. Oh, he's trying the inside. Very wisely backs out of that though.
Fuck. Magnussen will always be a fucking crazy lunatic.
Watch Legend Mighty trying the outside of Lance Stroll, and he's got the position. A fantastic move there from Legend Mighty. Oh, but the Williams power coming back down the straight. Not much Matty can do about that. Thinking about the inside, nearly contact. If you're right on board with Matt, you can just see how much spray is being kicked up from the Williams. Very difficult to see. Right, let's ride on board with the other Williams of Q-Tip. Seeming to struggle quite a lot on traction. Kevin Magnussen pulling quite a lot. As he's run very wide there. Obviously, very hard to avoid that in these conditions though. In fact, Q is actually catching the train ahead, which is being held up by Sergio Perez still. As we watch Daniel Ricciardo again up the inside of 130R. Oh, he's managed to do it this time. There's contact with Perez. Perez is on the grass nearly. Ricciardo's got the move done. Now, is this gonna spice up the race a little bit for the cars behind? Perez gets a very poor exit. Let's look towards Nico Hulkenberg here. Is he going to be able to do anything? Doesn't seem like it. In fact, Perez nearly coming back at Ricciardo there. So in fact, P8 to P19 is actually just over 6 seconds. So it's very close. round on board with Nico Hulkenberg here. Will he have a look to the inside of Perez? Oh, Perez is locked up badly. As you watch Q, he's nearly on the grass there. He's touching with Roman Grosjean. And now we're on board with Fernando Alonso as he's sat behind the Williams now. The Williams seeming to get a massive slide out there. And in fact, Fernando Alonso seems to have a lot of straight line speed. He's having a look to the inside. Oh, but he's really messed up that turn, and Kevin Magnussen having a look down now, not deciding to go for a move. Let's have a look at the race leader. It's still currently Sebastian Vettel with a 2.3 second gap to Lewis Hamilton behind. Raikkonen very close behind Hamilton though, with Valtteri Bottas down in P4. And then there's a gap to Max Verstappen and a 5 second gap to the car behind, which is May. But May doing a very good job at the moment. He's managed to pull 6 seconds on Esteban Ocon, so that's a very good drive so far from May. As in fact, Q goes down a position. Alonso seeming to outbrake himself. Alonso's nearly in the gravel there. He seemed to outbrake himself and just really cost everyone a lot of time there. Now there is a lot of cars in this train. As we watch Fernando Alonso. Will he be able to have a look down the inside of Q at 130R once again? He gets a much better exit, it has to be said. But the straight line speed of the Williams seeming to be enough as he is pulling ahead. As in fact, Roman Grosjean all over the back of Sergio Perez now. See how much Daniel Ricciardo was being held up. He's already pulled a 10-second gap to this train now. All the drivers doing a good job so far though in these treacherous conditions. Fernando Alonso all over the back of Q here, but not really able to have a look anywhere. Sergio Perez is really costing these guys a lot of time. Even Hulkenberg, as soon as he's got past, he's already pulled a 3-second gap. So the front wing damage on that Force India really not helping. We watch this Roman Grosjean on Sergio Perez here. Now will they hold each other up through 130R going side by side? Oh, Grosjean and Perez both nearly crashing. And the Williams having a look to the inside. It's a good move. Grosjean forcing him a bit wide there. There's nearly contact as Grosjean gets the slide on. Williams down the inside. Oh, there's a yellow flag. What's gone on?
Stroll's put me in the wall as per usual.
Right, Stroll's put you in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stroll is... He's spun on the start-finish straight. He has absolutely no front wing, neither does the McLaren. No, it's a shame we can't get some sort of instant replay on that. Because that would be interesting to see what went on. There's another yellow in sector 1. And it's Lance Stroll. He is going ridiculously slowly. Does Lance Stroll have an even bigger problem than the front wing damage, maybe? That engine seeming to rev very high there for some reason. In fact, Q's just got past Sergio Perez. I believe he went down the inside of the chicane. We didn't quite catch it on the coverage, so my apologies for that, Q.
That's alright. Kind of let me go at the chicane. Got him on the right-hander. I braked them.
Yeah, I thought I was where it's done. And I don't want to jinx him, but May so far doing a fantastic job. Pulled an 11-second gap now to Esteban Ocon.
I don't even know how.
As we watch now, the McLaren in the pit lane.
I'll bottle it near the end anyway, like I usually do.
The Williams driver Lance Stroll just now making it into the pit lane. Let's have a watch this stop. It's a good stop from the Williams team to change the front wing in that amount of time. But he's going to be getting lapped already by the race leaders. Vettel goes through. Hamilton's next to go through, yeah. Raikkonen's through. Bottas is... Oh, it's going to be close with Bottas. But yeah, Bottas has made it through. Now this will be interesting. Will Lance Stroll hold up Max Verstappen? He's got the blue flags, but he's not really able to get out of the way at this sector. And already he is costing Max Verstappen a big chunk of time. Verstappen having to lift actually through the turns because Stroll is just going so slowly. And already this has cost Verstappen 2 seconds, but Stroll gets out of the way now. As we watch Esteban Ocon under a lot of pressure from Daniel Ricciardo now. Daniel Ricciardo with a big slide on there out of Degner 2. So far it's Sebastian Vettel with the fastest lap by an absolute age to Lewis Hamilton. Fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton of 45.3, Vettel's fastest of 44.9. That is a big difference. As we ride on board with Ricciardo, will he be looking for a move at the final chicane? Closing up very quickly. Is he going to go for it? He's not. He's going to sit behind the Force India. This, of course, helping the Renault of May out slightly as these two begin to battle. Straight line speed, the Force India, of course, very, very strong. As in fact, I believe Roman Grosjean just had a look down the inside of Sergio Perez. Couldn't quite make a move out of it though. So Perez still causing a train with his front wing damage.
I went so wide then. Oh, after Degner went just straight to the gravel, I completely went sideways around it. Oh,
Don't bottle it, mate. You're
don't
doing a
think
good
it lost
job.
that bad though. I know. I think it only lost about 2-3 seconds. So.
We're going on board with Matty. Does he have time for a quick little team radio, Matty? Or are you too focused?
What did he say?
Well, what happened in the incident? Could you tell us a bit about that? As in fact, Charles Leclerc, never mind that, Charles Leclerc is in the gravel at Degner 1. He was side by side with his teammate, so was the contact.
How dare he copy me on the same lap?
Charles Leclerc, he's got a puncture actually, in fact, he has a puncture. He must have had contact with his teammate somewhere there. Because they were side by side, and to pick up a puncture on the front right, you would have thought there was contact. And he's going very slowly now, not damaging his floor like he did in Monaco. In fact, Matty will be coming up behind him. I will try and... Matty is on the racing line. Oh no, he's in the middle of the road. Yeah, he's on the racing line again. Just watch out. And look at that. The McLaren straight round the outside of the Sauber there.
Take on them here.
And then we watch Sebastian Vettel coming up now. Is this gonna cause damage to any of the leaders? Leclerc getting out of the way for Vettel. He's sticking to the left hand side. This should be okay. That's Verstappen coming through. Now of course this could be an issue for May.
Now I've got Stroll coming up and I've got Leclerc, so it's fine.
Oh my god. Fucking hell, mate, that was close.
I know. I've got pissing Stroll in my way.
If you watch Charles Leclerc now, he's just about made it back to the pits. Is he going to cause anyone any damage? He's just in the pit lane now, so he has made it back.
Stroll's already... Get out the way, Stroll!
As you watch now, the Williams really holding up the Renault.
Oh, it's to it. You're on the outside.
May, don't try anything stupid, man. You're in a good position. May nearly dropping it there.
Yeah. It's so annoying when they're just getting...
Mate,
Especially when I was alongside and then because backed off, but
you've got a big gap, mate.
hopefully just slowed down. Yeah,
take it
hopefully
easy.
just slow down there. Has Ricardo got past Ocon yet?
Not yet.
Alright, that's fine then. I was
Stroll
thinking Ricardo
finally.
would have got past Ocon by now. At least Stroll's let me pass now.
In fact, there is actually a bit of sunshine coming through in Sector 3 and 2. So maybe...
Still pulling it down now. He's never
in
going to go
fact,
into drive.
Ocon's massively locked up. He's cost Ricardo a lot of time there.
Good.
Does Ocon have damage maybe after a lockup like that? Doesn't seem like it. As in fact, the lead cars have come into the pits. Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton in. Bottas and Raikkonen, of course, stay out. May has picked up a 5-second stop goal for speeding into the pit lane.
I know. Fucking hell. I've blocked up again coming into the pits.
Right, it's all good. Just keep going. You've
So,
got a big gap.
well, yeah, I'm just hoping I've got a big gap.
Ricardo's coming behind you. Ocon stayed out. Nico Hulkenberg coming down the main straight now. Looks like he will be behind his teammate still, so May done a fantastic job there to get enough gap for a pit stop between his teammate.
2.7 second pit stop, it wasn't too bad.
And in fact, as a few more cars make their pit stops now, Q is up into the top 10.
I really hope that Ricardo. I was gonna say, I really hope Ricardo's gonna get held up by someone, but he's not. Is he? I don't think.
There was someone in front of him. Your teammate's in front of him, but I don't think he'll really hold him up.
How? No, because my teammate's right behind. Ricardo's quite far behind. He's going to end up jumping Ocon as well.
Yeah, you're only 8 seconds behind Ocon, even with your pit stop. So you've got plenty of time.
How far behind is Ricardo?
12 seconds to you.
Oh god, so that's about 7 seconds then. Just try and stay ahead of him.
It'll be
So
close
we've got a
between
5 second penalty.
Ocon and Ricardo actually when they come in.
If Ocon don't win this lap, then Ricardo's definitely jumping in.
As we watch the top 3 pitting in now, is anyone going to be able to gain any time? It doesn't look like it. As in fact, Vettel and Hamilton have indeed already gone past. And let's see what Ocon does. Does he come in? He does. Now, will Hulkenberg come in? Yes, he does. So it's a good stop for the Force India there. Ricardo just coming through the last turn now. It's looking like it could be close, but I think Ricardo's going to do it. As in fact, yes, Ricardo has jumped Esteban Ocon there.
Shit.
So now May has his work cut out to keep that gap. Q has just come into the pits as
Cut
well.
shit like a bitch already.
It's a good stop from the Williams garage as there's a yellow in sector 2. It's Matty. I'm unsure as to what happened there. I just saw Matty on the grass. We got some team radio here from the Williams as he exits the pit lane.
Thank you. We are still top 10. We are P10, fresh set of wets. Let's try and get the car home. Roger.
So the Williams obviously hoping to maintain this position and keep the points. Let's take a look. I believe everyone has made the pit stop now. Yep, everyone has pitted. But you would have thought at least Stroll and Matty will have to stop again because they pitted so early. But we'll have to see how that works out. May currently has a 12-second gap to Ricardo. And Q has a 4-second gap to Pierre Gasly. The Honda power unit running well here, it would seem, to be up into P11. A few of the cars really seeming to struggle on traction, it would seem. Sergio Perez so far the biggest loser of this race, going down 8 positions. And the biggest gainer is still Q, has gone up 6 positions, but Marcus Ericsson as well, gone up 5 positions. As in fact, I believe we've got some team radio from the Renault here. What's going on down there?
Not much because I'm concentrating.
Give us some radio, man.
Got, I don't know the gap to Ricardo, but what's the gap to Ricardo?
11 seconds.
11-second gap to Ricardo, 5-second penalty means you're actually only 6 seconds ahead, so try your best to maintain that gap and bring it home in P6.
Strong words there from the Renault garage, obviously wanting to keep the P6. Nico Hulkenberg up in P9, so it would be a double points finish if they can pull it off. Also, another car looking strong for points at this stage is the Williams of Q-Tip. But saying that, he is being caught. I don't know if he's made a mistake somewhere on that lap, but he has been caught by Pierre Gasly there. Yeah, it's a dreadful lap there. Actually, no, it's not. He's a 10th quicker than his personal best. Definitely seemed to lose a lot of time, though, to Pierre Gasly on that lap. Gasly's last lap of 46.6, Q's of 48.5. So, yeah, Q lost 2 seconds that lap there. Unsure as to why that is, as he's seeming to be quite a lot quicker throughout the whole Grand Prix so far. Of course, Roman Grosjean's still right on the arse of the Honda. And Legend Matty also slowly but surely catching his teammate. But he does have a Ferrari coming up behind him, so he will need to get out of the way at some time. As to not receive a penalty, of course. Oh, in fact, there's a bit of contact there. Sebastian Vettel runs into the back of Matty. Matty will need to get out of the way soon. Not getting out of the way just yet.
Give him damage, Matty.
Only bit of action I'm having.
Don't get a penalty, Matty. Oh my God! There's contact. Sebastian Vettel
really?
is out.
What? I actually moved out the way and he still hit me.
And Pierre Gasly has got a 10-second time penalty there for exceeding track limits. Where has that come from?
Seriously. I actually moved out of the way and he still went into me.
Yeah, we saw it, mate. Don't worry, it was on the stream.
3-second time penalty for getting out of the way of Hamilton. Yeah, good job, guys.
What?
I moved out the way for Hamilton and got
yeah.
3-second time penalty.
Well, we can remove that at the end because you haven't got any other track limit things. Pierre Gasly though, 10-second time penalty immediately for one exceeding track limit. What did he do?
He wasn't near me.
No, I know he was
Genuinely
battling with Grosjean, and then I cut
He
back
was
to
with
it.
me, I'll give him that.
He was catching you, but I cut back to it, and he was nowhere near Grosjean.
Unless if Grosjean shoved him wide or whether he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Well done, Codemasters, roughly. If that counts. I mean, a nice.
As we ride on board with Grosjean now. He'll be hoping to get past the Williams at some point. So that's actually 3 retirements in a row there for Sebastian Vettel. Not doing his championship any good. Grosjean deciding not to go for a move, although he is right on the back of Q here. Tries to be a little bit late on the brakes, doesn't quite work out. Let's see if he gets a run down into turn 1 with the overspeed. Doesn't seem like it. Although Q now seeming to hold up a little bit of a train. And Matty comes in for his second stop. He's got a 5-second stop go apparently for speeding in the pit lane. Just not going well for Matty this evening, it would seem. In fact, they've changed his front wing there, so he must have picked up damage from the collision with Sebastian Vettel.
No, Bottas.
Oh, Bottas. Bottas doesn't seem to have any damage, so he should be okay. But all this drama now means that May is up to P5 and Q is up to P9. Although that might soon be P10 as Roman Grosjean still all over the back of Q. Grosjean not going for anything there, but he's got a fantastic run out of 130R. He's trying the outside, not really anywhere for him to go there. Q doing a fantastic job of defending the position there. And now Sergio Perez joins the back of this train. The gap between May and Ricciardo now down to 9 seconds, but obviously May was hoping for P6, so even if he does get the penalty and drops down behind Ricciardo, he will still be P6 due to Sebastian Vettel's DNF. As we ride on board with Grosjean, he's got a fantastic exit again. Coming through Degner 1 though, obviously nowhere to go through there. In fact, this is now nearly a 6-car train. De Williams not seeming to pick up any pace on this fresh set of wet tyres. Whereas all the other cars definitely seem to have gained a bit of time. Once again, Grosjean getting a good exit. It does seem Q is using his ERS very well to defend through here. Now have Marcus Ericsson being lapped by Max Verstappen. He will want to get out of the way rather soon, I would have thought. Yep, he does that now. And look at this now, a massive train behind the Williams car. The Williams obviously hoping for points and will be defending very hard for them points, I would have thought. everyone's seeming to drop back a little bit. He's had a few laps of trying to attack the Williams, but it's not seemed to be able to quite get on the back of it. This is the closest action on the track at the moment between these 6 cars fighting for the P9. Lewis Hamilton just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 1:43.7. And in fact, Fernando Alonso has just been overtaken by Kevin Magnussen. And Sergio Perez as well has dropped down. Romain Grosjean very close now at the back of the Williams. We have a bit of team radio from the Williams car here. What's going on?
Key, you're doing a fantastic job of keeping these guys behind. Keep doing what you're doing, mate. I'm fucking trying. I'm in fucking pain. Okay, understood. Just try and bring the car home. Remember, you want P9, P10's available. I got you. I want points for the team, that's all. Okay, copy.
So the Williams driver, they're actually complaining he's in pain. I'm not quite sure what's caused that.
I'm legit in fucking pain.
Why? What?
And
What's
I'm
happened?
not kidding. Fucking legs and arms are fucking weak, and I'm not kidding.
As in fact, I believe... Yep, Legend Matty has picked up another time penalty there for exceeding track limits. It does have to be said, he's all over the incident screen.
Apologies if
for
this sounds cringy, by the way. I am in fucking pain. Oh, fuck it up.
May so far still doing a very good job as he comes up to lap the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. He's now still 8 seconds ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, of course.
Otherwise I'm really not going to end up doing this. I'm going to have to force my way past you, don't
Of course, though, with a 5-second time penalty, the gap basically is 3 seconds between these two cars. Oh, and Ericsson really holding him up there.
Fuck's sake.
Does have to be said, Ericsson has cost him a lot of time with that weird manoeuvre.
Over 1.4 seconds. Oh, now I'm definitely not going to stay ahead. Unless we somehow hold up Ricardo as well.
Yeah, he might do. Hopefully Ricardo will catch him in the same place. Yeah, 1.4 seconds I just saw.
Yeah. So I was hoping to try and say I'm going to try and get about half-second laps, and my laps keep improving each lap now, but
Yeah.
we just ruined it. Every little chance I had just to try and stay ahead, he just ballsed it up. Yeah.
As we move on to Esteban Ocon, he's actually being hounded a little bit by Nico Hulkenberg, but of course there is a lap car in front of them. I believe it's Legend Matty. Yes, it is. So he'll be wanting, of course, to get out of the way quite soon, but not really anywhere for him to go around this section. As he goes to the inside, Legend Matty letting them through there, I think. Oh, but there's contact between the Renault and the Force India. What's going on there? I believe Ocon just left the space completely there for Hulkenberg, and Hulkenberg... Oh, now Matty going side by side with Hulkenberg. What's going on here? Matty going down the inside of Hulkenberg there. This, of course, costing Hulkenberg time, but and now up to P12 has been lapped by the race leader Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton now trying to get through the lap traffic still. Kevin Magnussen not really complying. This may alleviate some of the pressure for Q, as these cars will have to get out the way at some point. Legend Mighty's got a 5-second stop goal for ignoring blue flags again. In fact, he is still going with the Renault behind him. He's still being shown the blue flags. I'm not quite so sure what's going on. I think he's just trying to have a battle on track at least. As you watch now, the two Mercedes really being cost a lot of time with these lapped cars. But so far, the biggest thing going on in this Grand Prix is the gap between May and Ricciardo now is down to 5 seconds. Q very sensibly letting Lewis Hamilton through there. Of course now though, Valtteri Bottas right behind these three. The two Hasses all over the back of the Williams car. Kevin Magnussen gets out of the way. And Grosjean pulling out of the way. What a strange place to do that. He's cost Valtteri Bottas a lot of time there. A very weird way to let the leaders through there. And Q once again very sensibly getting out of the way for the leaders.
Can you tell me if Ricciardo's going to end up lapping Ericsson or not? 'Cause only hope we have.
Where's Ericsson? He already has lapped Ericsson.
Oh, crap. So obviously Ericsson just is helping the Ricciardo then. That's nice one.
Yep, gap 4.6 meh.
Yeah.
And Raikkonen really getting held up by the lapped cars here on the last lap. Max Verstappen all over the back of Raikkonen. Will he go for a late lunge? If I was Max Verstappen now, I would send one to the inside. Absolutely no point in not doing, but he doesn't. He sits behind all the lap traffic. As in fact, something's gone on there. Raikkonen has suddenly gained a lot of time there. I don't quite understand what happened. And Pierre Gasly takes advantage. He's up the inside of Kevin Magnussen. Honda versus Ferrari power units here. Of course, let's go to Lewis Hamilton as he's about to cross the line on the final lap of the Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix with the fastest lap on the last lap. Valtteri Bottas comes home in P2. It's a 1-2 for Mercedes. Raikkonen P3, Verstappen P4. And it looks like Ricciardo might get the P5. May crosses the line on track for P5, but yep, the unserved stop go. Ricciardo gets in, but still P6 and P7 for the Renault cars. It's gonna look like.
I'm just
In fact, Q has crossed the line as well. Q finishes in P9, so a fantastic job from the Williams driver.
I'm just really surprised I didn't crash or bottle it somehow.
I am as well.
2 races in a row I've done well and ended up being robbed by a penalty.
As we ride on board with Matty, as he's about to cross the line for what's been a very unfortunate Grand Prix for the McLaren driver. He hits the wall, possibly on purpose. But yeah, very disappointing Grand Prix there for the McLaren driver.
P6 and P7 for Renault, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's a good result for the Renault boys. As Lewis Hamilton wins the Grand Prix.
Matty's got 16 second penalty in total.
Yeah, he got a lot of exceeding track limits. I think it was when he just letting cars through, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I still want to know what happened with Gasly.
I don't know. He just seemed to be a...
Yeah.
I think he was side by side with Grosjean or Magnussen, one of the Hasses, and then just, like, he just went to Narnia and got a massive penalty.
I'm going to have to go to Force India after as well. Thank Ocon and Perez for holding up Ricardo for so long.
And with that result, May now moves into the top 10. Q now has a 10-point gap to Legend Matty. Still very close, of course. And if we look at the constructors, there's no change. It's still Renault P4, McLaren P5 and Williams P6.
Toro Rosso Honda P10. Get in there.
Shut up. If I had continued driving, it wouldn't have been P10.
I like how Ericsson's got 4 points and Leclerc has 49 as well. That's quite funny.
Leclerc has 49, what?
Yeah. He got P3 I think, didn't he? I still don't know how he's managed to get 49 in total,
But it was a very, very actual good Grand Prix, it looked like. Possibly not an enjoyable Grand Prix for some.
Yeah, I was just alone for all of it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Matty, are you available for an interview?
Nope.
No?
That question in the future of have you faked a PR illness or whatever? Matty, yes.
Matty, as it turns out, has come down with the trots.
Apparently, yeah. Nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you about the incidents and stuff.
Well,
He has
normal,
nothing to say.
normal shit of cars going into the back of you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, we'll move on then if you don't want to do an interview, Matty. So moving on then to Q. Fantastic job to finish in the points once again with P9. A bit of a shocker, really. Wasn't expecting that to come. In fact, you raised the most positions in the Grand Prix, so you've got to be happy with the result after that.
Absolutely. Team done a fantastic job as usual. Well, possibly the toughest Grand Prix of my life, compared to Singapore at least. At least we finished this one. But the strategy was on point. I felt our start was really, really good. Couple of incidents, not gonna lie. I think one was with Magnussen and Grosjean, both fast drivers. A little bit rude of them hitting my car, but I understand it. Unbelievable result for the team. You know, it's only P9. It's only 2 points. But those 2 points can help in the championship.
Yeah, well, of course, with them 2 points, you're a further 2 points clear of your biggest rival this season so far, Legend Matty. And bit of a shocker Grand Prix from him as well. Obviously, we know struggles a little bit in the rain, so you got to feel sorry for him at the end of the day. But obviously, you'll be happy to have a further 2 points on him.
Absolutely. I think this is now one of the it must be I think the third race, and he's sadly not been able to score points. I reckon points were on the table for him, but you've just got, in my opinion, you just got to take it easy when it's wet. I will say also a great result for the Renault team of both May and Hulkenberg. Those two guys did a fantastic job this weekend. But yeah, 2 points more to the championship compared to Matty. It's positive stuff for us. We're trying to keep pulling the gap, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, obviously you're doing a fantastic job up there, but you did mention the two Renault drivers, and it has to be said they are catching you rather rapidly as of late in the Drivers' Championship. Are you worried at some point that they might overtake you?
Uh, well, the last three Grand Prix have definitely been the toughest, I think, of the season for me. Hopefully, we can see a change of misfortune here at the Circuit of Americas.
Thank
But
you.
it's definitely going to be a tough battle coming up. I'm all for tough battles. I've won 2 world championships, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, well, we will talk about the Circuit of the Americas in the next race, basically. But just to elaborate a little bit on that race, the rain really definitely seemed to help the Williams car out. So I think, well, in the dry, would you have been expecting that position, or is it just a case of the wet weather really helped you out today?
Well, I want to say thank you to Sergio Perez. He's my driver of the day, personally. He's helped us out a lot today. It was a big shame that he had front wing damage. That was why there was such a big train at the start of the first few laps of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Big disappointment for him, but luckily we were able to capitalise on it. But we just had no pace at all this weekend. To be honest, if it was dry, I don't think we would have been as competitive. Because if we were this competitive, we would have no chance whatsoever. But to get P9 and the fact that I'm in quite a lot of pain after that Grand Prix, that shows a testament to how bad this car is. But I am positive. I am still positive that we can hopefully bring seventh place home to this great team.
Yeah, well, obviously it's been a fantastic few races for the Williams team, all in all. Fantastic season, really. But it's not over yet. Anything can happen. And as you said, you'll be hoping to hold on to that P7. So I wish you the best of luck for the few final Grand Prix.
Thank you very much.
Moving on now to the driver of the day, then. It's May.
Ah, thank you.
May,
Hello.
fantastic job, it has to be said.
Indeed.
Really the only one of the actual drivers who managed to stick with the pace today was just really seemed to pull it out of the bag. I'm not quite sure how you managed it, but yeah, where did you find the pace today?
Which seems like both the Renault has had an upgrade of some sort because these last two races have both done really well. It seems in pace wise, Point definitely seems to be quicker now than the rest of the midfield, but still not quite top field pace yet. But I'm really glad that I got P6 because that's what I wanted to be. I would have preferred to get the P5, but penalty rob penalty took that away. But I tried my hardest to keep it, but I think a certain two laps drivers definitely took that away from me, seeing that they didn't get out of the way in blue flag conditions. But I'm still very happy and definitely catching up to the rest of the pack now. And yeah, I think my bad luck stage is finally over.
Well, don't jinx yourself, I will say that. But yeah, definitely the last 3-4 rounds maybe. Yeah, it has been the strongest stage of the season, especially with the P4 last time out and the P6 here. Racking up the points recently, do you think you've nailed the consistency now and you think you can carry this through to the end of the season?
Well, I hope so, but I do know Kota is one track that I'm not very keen on, and I'm not very fast at either. So I don't have as high hopes there, but still hoping to get some points out of it.
Yeah. Well, as we said earlier on, you were the only non-AI driver to be able to stick with the top group, really. Only 20 seconds behind at the end of the race, which is a pretty significant achievement, it has to be said. As I believe Q was a lap down, Matty was a couple of laps down due to incidents and stuff. But got to be happy, surely, that you had that much pace over your rivals today.
Yeah, I mean, I knew. Well, looking at the weather forecast, I knew that it was going to be raining the whole race, so I decided for the qualifying to actually put on a more of a wet setup rather than a dry setup, which is probably why I did do much better in the rain. But I do have to give it to the Williams driver getting points these last two races. I mean, seeing that statistically their car is the worst, they've done very well to get into the points. I'm surprised seeing where he got in qualifying that he actually managed to get there. I can't say for my rival of the McLaren driver because he just seems to be nowhere these last few races.
Ooh. That's a bit of salt in the wound there. Yeah, it has to be said, Matty seems to have struggled the last few races. Obviously, wet weather has affected this, and Singapore, of course, not a great race for anyone really. But yeah, really, just seeming to struggle in the wet conditions has really hampered him. Even with the addition of traction control systems being allowed now. Yeah, you got to feel for the McLaren driver, but at the end of the day, his loss is your gain, so you got to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, both me and Nico Hulkenberg now we seem to be really closing in on P7 and P8 in the Drivers' Championship, which we're really looking forward to getting. I mean, so far we are seeing that we've both been getting consistent points. We managed to get P4 in Constructors, which we're really happy about, but we're just trying to look forward to getting to reigning P7 and P8 now.
Yeah. Well, of course, 4 races left on the calendar. You said earlier, Quarter not your strongest track, but we do know you like Brazil. So,
Yes, Brazil and
go on.
Mexico I really do like. Abu Dhabi I'm okay with, but Cota's really probably the track that I'm not going to have high hopes for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in the 4th fastest car. Not like saying that in a bad way, but you should be able to hopefully be able to push the car up the grid. So
Yeah,
I wish you the best of luck for the remaining Grand Prix.
thank you.
And yeah, to all of our drivers here today, fantastic job. And yeah, well done on the results for everyone. But we have 4 races left on this calendar. And we do hope that you viewers out there will be joining us for that. So if you'd enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe, all that malarkey. And yeah, we hope to see you in the next race, which is at Quarter. So take care, everybody, and bye-bye.